everyone, welcome back for my final thoughts. I'm going to do something a little different with these final thoughts. Get a little bit more personal if that's okay.
Yeah, of course it's okay, but your tone of voice kind of contradicts what you said. You still got like your talk show radio voice thing going on there. So it doesn't really sound very personal, but yeah, that's okay. I don't care.
That last segment about hazing and fraternities got my wheels turning. It brought to mind something I talk to my friends about on a daily basis, but until now haven't really shared with you, my viewers. It's not politically correct and actually not even that political, but it is important. Is it just me, or have men gotten really soft these days?
Yeah, I promise, man. Like if there's a drinking game that existed, where you had to take a shot whenever a woman said that men need to do better, or men aren't men anymore, or we're all the good men at, yeah, we'd probably all be dead.
I talk about the breakdown of the American family ruining our country, and this is part of it. Yeah, I know the feminists are going to go crazy over this, because...
Well, yeah, no. If anything, they'll probably congratulate themselves on a job well done.
There are women's studies classes dedicated to demonizing masculinity, so there's one symptom of a larger disease. Who would have thought in 2016 we would be holding up frat boys as the last line of defense against an all-out pansy fest?
I have to say, Tommy, if you honestly think that frat boys are the last bastion of masculinity, they're the last bit of what it means to be a man, or what should be accepted as manhood, we have already lost, Tommy. We have already lost, and we lost a long time ago if they're what we refer to as men. Not guys with kindness, honor, and integrity. No, a bunch of guys who do a lot of gay shit and say they're not gay, and then have a bunch of sex with drunk women as if it were a difficult endeavor, and every now and again occasionally do like fraternity stuff and charity. But that's not what you were referring to. So that's why I only talked to what you were referring to when you said frat boys. So no, Tommy, if they're your example of what is left and what we have to hold on to as masculinity, then you have no example. We've already lost.
And this has nothing to do with sexuality, by the way. More so it has to do with the helplessness of today's young men. It seems few can change a light bulb, let alone fix a flat tire or change oil.
Do you actually believe that? Nah, I mean, I'm sure you're being hyperbolic, but I mean, changing a light bulb isn't that hard, and changing a tire, you just need the necessary equipment. I mean, that's not really all that difficult either. Do you really think that? And if so, does it not bother you that the first things that came to your mind about the issues with men is not their self-esteem, not body image, not the fact that they crave a father figure in their life, or they crave to be told that they're worth something? Does it not bother you? The first thing that came to your mind was the fact that they couldn't do specific services to you? No? Okay.
And that makes for pretty slim pickings for the females out there looking for a match.
Oh, is that fucking right? Nah, so that's the problem here. Not the way these men feel about themselves, but the way women feel about them. Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you actually cared about these men's feelings. But no, you care about their utility to the female sex. Mind you, I find it very interesting when I say that women should be better people for the men that they ask for. That's sexism. But to you, this is reasonable. Okay.
Chivalry is all but dead, and so is manliness.
I don't know. I disagree with you, Tommy. I do, truly. I disagree that being a man or manliness is all that's gone. I don't disagree with you on the fact that chivalry is dead. And, well, sorry to take from Dave Chappelle, but women killed it. It's all entirely the fault of women. As far as manliness goes, I fundamentally disagree with you. I think there are lots of ways of which you can be a great man, as long as you still keep the tenets of honor, integrity, and mental toughness. And I'm pretty sure you can add a lot more to that when it comes to being a great man. Being a great man shouldn't have to rely on your utility to women. And it actually bothers me so that you think it does.
And by the way, wearing a flannel shirt and having a beard doesn't make you a man if you still can't change a tire and you're scared of the dark. It seems like millennial men either don't have jobs or they're still using their parents' credit cards to buy us drinks at the bar.
So, you still expect men to purchase you drinks at the bar. You still expect men to provide for you. Interesting. Okay. If women still have those expectations of men, then I have to ask, wouldn't it not by definition be a sign of equality to also have similar, if not different, expectations of women? I mean, wouldn't that spit in the face of feminism entirely? Or actually, wouldn't that support feminism entirely? Wouldn't having expectations of each other not by definition be equal? I mean, I know you're not a feminist, Tommy, but it seems to me that you're not really all that far off. Seems the real issue that you have with feminism is it doesn't make the men that you want, not the fact that it actually leaves children without their fathers, or it leaves men demonized, and men hating the fact that they're even men. I mean, again, I just keep hearing it sucks that men can't do things for women. And how come it's sexist when I say that maybe women should do things for men? In fact, the only reason that I ever say that women should do things for men is because I know men, and men are always going to do things for women. If anything, if women just start doing things for men, they would just be reciprocating a millennia of all the things that men have ever had to do to get attention from women. Which is why I can't even be sexist, because that's just the natural order of things, men putting in effort for women.
Oh, and for the record, I buy my own drinks.
What, do you want a cookie? And aren't you married? I'm pretty sure you're married. I could be wrong there. You know, but someone as good looking as you, I'd be shocked if you weren't. Was that sexist? Yeah, probably.
So whose fault is it?
It's a lot of people's fault. Although I don't really think it's important to really put blame or fault on this situation. I think what's more important is actually reinvigorating or re-incentivizing young boys and young men to be honorable, kind, intelligent, wise people. And resurgence, mental toughness, and courage. Teach them that being a man is a great thing. I mean, for all the things you have to do, you get a lot of benefits out of being a man. I tell you what, man. I'm glad that I was created to be a male. I don't think I can handle being a woman. I really don't. Which isn't saying that being a woman is harder. It's just that being a woman, you would perceive your life to be harder, and I don't think I could deal with that. My own worst enemy would be my own mind. Goodness, I'd rather fight dragons than look in the mirror and feel bad about myself, if I'm going to be completely honest.
Is it our fault, ladies? Are we getting too strong? No, I don't buy that.
You know, it's times like these where I find a lot of conservatives indistinguishable from the feminists that I battle against. Well, I'm sorry, a lot of conservative women. That's the caveat there. It's interesting to me, how, again, and I keep saying this, how you can just keep continuously asking so much from men, and then you can come on and say this bullshit here. And is it because women are just too strong? Can't handle us? You can't handle us, women? Fuck out of here. I mean, first of all, no man should have to handle a woman, alright? If a woman honestly wants to be with a man that takes charge and is in control, then she has to submit herself to him. He shouldn't have to browbeat her into submission. That's stupid. Kind of defeats the purpose, don't you think? If your own worst enemy is the person that you're supposed to form a partnership with, right? And again, I resent that, you know, whole are women too tough. I don't buy it either. I don't think women are tough at all. Especially not when a bunch of them are complaining about getting compliments on the street. Especially not when they're complaining about getting compliments in the workplace. I mean, seriously, no, women have not gotten too strong for men. It's just that women have perceived themselves too strong for men, and because of hypergamy, they believe that a lot of men are beneath them. Chalk that up to that whole arrogance thing I keep referring to.
See, a real man knows how to handle a strong woman, so this isn't our problem.
Pause. As I said before, a real man should not need to handle a real woman. If a real strong woman wants to be with a man who is going to be in control of her and their destiny, he shouldn't need to browbeat her into submission. I mean, that's just common sense. What's that hand handle? What even exactly is a strong woman anyway? You know? I would think of Joan of Arc as an example of a strong woman. What would you say is a strong woman? Some career woman, you know, walking around telling everyone what to do? Maybe. If that's your case, then no. Men have no issue with handling a woman like that. In fact, I'm a bit insulted that people even think that men have an issue with dealing with women like that. I mean, like really?
Maybe it's the way boys are raised these days. Fatherless homes and no male role models.
Oh, you mean without their fathers? And who are the people who are having children with either shitty people, shitty men who don't want children, or get divorces to get the men out of the house? Who are those people, Tommy? Tell me. Who are they? I'm just asking. I'm just wondering. It's not your fault. Are you kidding me? Maybe it's not you personally, but let's stop pretending that women don't have a hand in the fact that these men are being raised without their fathers. Considering, one, some of them think it's a great idea to reproduce with a man that doesn't want children. And point two, some of them don't appreciate the good men in their lives, so they tell them to get the fuck out.
It's hard to learn how to be a man with no man around. But even stable families are failing, though. If your son thinks cleaning his room is a chore, that's your fault.
Tommy, cleaning your room is a chore, so if your son thinks that, he would be correct. I mean, it has to be done, but that's what it is.
Not his. If you take your 7-year-old son into the ladies' room, that's your fault, not his.
Why would a man take his son into the ladies' room? Was there like a story prior to this? No, I don't know what you're talking about. It doesn't make any sense.
Please teach your sons how to be men, because the women of the world are tired of the boys.
Yeah, once again, men need to be better men for women. I tell you, man, if I had a nickel for every time a woman said that men need to be better, some tell me I'd be wealthy.
As always, those are my final thoughts. You know what I think. I want to know what you think. Tweet me at Tommy Laren and let's start the conversation. I'll be back tomorrow night, same time, same place. God bless and take care.
Now, while this video is relatively, I wouldn't say old, but certainly older than most videos I cover, it doesn't bother me any less. I think one thing that kind of really makes me sad is the fact that Tommy consistently makes this point, whether or not she didn't say it outright, but she implied that men only suck nowadays because they're not good partners for women, or they're not useful to women. And that's really sad. You know, I mean, it's not even a thought in her mind that a lot of these young men are feeling sad and vulnerable without their father, or a lot of young men look up to their older brothers or older guys around them because they don't have their dads and the struggles that they have to deal with. You know, I remember that there was a time where women were stereotypically called kind and compassionate, or compassion was some kind of feminine trait, and women are supposed to be empathetic and whatnot, but it just sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me now. I mean, when I think about it, I honestly don't even know how that even became to be a stereotype for a female behavior. Or, I mean, it just sounds like a myth. It just sounds like someone just made that shit up, that women are compassionate and empathetic. Because that's not empathy, and that certainly isn't compassion. Sitting here saying that men need to be better people because they need to serve women better. It just bothers me. Like, seriously. Maybe there was a time where women were compassionate, and maybe there was a time where women in general were empathetic and they honestly, truly, genuinely cared about men. But it seems that those women are the hell of a lot. They are the serious minority, like the 1 out of 100, because most of the women I've ever seen, met, or talked to don't even hold a candle or an inkling of empathy to all the stress that even they themselves put the men that they're with through. It's sad. It really is. And hopefully, maybe with this video, I might invigorate some young lady to actually think about the men that you're with, or the men in your life, and think that maybe they've got a little more value than just being someone to serve you. Just saying. So that being said, I certainly hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And if you did, man, go ahead and click the like button. Yeah, shoot, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Comment in the comment box below. And as always, you guys have yourselves a great day. I will see you cool cats soon. Adios.